What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here, Daniel. This is going to be another Friday men's mental health video. And I've been thinking a little bit. I've been thinking about, how to talk to my family, talk to friends, talk to coworkers, or any loved one or anybody that might need it. And I think I'm more open and ready to do that now that I've had, some medications and I'm on the path to some type of recovery when it comes to depression. I've already spoken to some family members. I've spoken to my father, I've spoken to my mother, spoken to some coworkers about this. I've spoken to some friends about this, and definitely my partner Nikki about this. But I haven't spoken to my children about this. I haven't spoken to my brothers and sister, and I haven't spoken to basically a lot of people. I've been kind of using the YouTube as kind of a way to speak to them without having to actually speak to them. Mustache is all messed up. So anyways, this is going to be like a little one take and kind of like a tips on how you should, kind of what, I'm walking my dog, kind of like what you should say and what you should expect when it comes to speaking to a loved one. So this is what I experienced when I started speaking to it. First of all, it's extremely hard. You feel like you're ready. You feel like you're ready to talk to somebody, whether you've had medications already so you're able to get more motivated, or you just don't know what to speak or how to speak. So it's very difficult to kind of tell somebody that's never dealt with it, or try to tell somebody that maybe has dealt with it. You just don't know what it's like to have depression. So my first tip for this is to just know what you are actually feeling. And the best way to do that is to do your own research and to possibly go to your own doctor first. If you're watching this video, you're obviously have an idea that you're depressed. You have an idea that something might be going on. So go ahead and do that homework first. There's a car behind me. First off. So do that homework first and go see your doctor. Go see a PCP, a primary care physician, or if you want, just go straight to a therapist and discuss your things. That way you get some help. You get some help how to understand what the words are, that are in your head, the thoughts that are in your head, how to put them in words and everything. Or another thing that is really great, especially if you're a man, is to check out the book. There's a link in the description. It says it's I Don't Want to Talk About It by Terrence Real. I don't know how to say his last name. Great book. It literally opened my eyes and it gave me words to the thoughts that I had. So it was able to let me speak a lot better to people that don't understand depression. It allowed me to understand it more, to know it more. So with my knowledge, I was able to tell my family, tell my loved ones what was going on. And when I mentioned going to your PCP or a therapist, they might actually prescribe you medications. And that will allow you, if you're able to get the medications or if this is what you have, I'm just speaking on personal, obviously, talk to your doctor. That will allow you to have a little bit more motivation. We all know with depression, we don't have that motivation. We know we should do it. We know we want to do it. But then at the same time, there's something in there saying, don't do it. There's something in there saying, I don't have the energy. And we all understand that. And that's what we're going to try to explain to people that don't have depression. But when you're on the medications, if they do help, or if you've done some therapy sessions and you're able to retrain your brain, you'll have that motivation, you'll have those thoughts, you'll be able to put them out there. So then you'll be able to speak to a loved one that way. So basically number two, I think there's roughly about 3 tips I'm going to give you guys here. So number 2, I don't even know why I'm using numbers, but don't go into it expecting to find an ally. People that don't have depression, this is the thing that the reason why I was able to open up to certain people, and some people didn't know, but some people that did know kind of what depression was like, that they have had some type of past thing, so they were able to not sympathize but empathize with me, so they're able to feel what I felt. But then there was some people there that I spoke to that didn't understand. And it was extremely hard for me to explain. These were the coworkers that I'm talking about. It was kind of hard for me to explain how and what it was. But at the same time, don't expect every single person you talk to just to become, an ally, to completely understand you, to know that what you're going through, to absolve you of everything that you've done. So go in there expecting maybe a little bit of resistance, but don't be upset. Because the one thing that I found out, even with the people that don't understand what it is to be depressed, because there's this huge barrier between being depressed, kind of understanding what it is and how it feels, to talking to somebody that's never dealt with it. It is a lot different than, let's say, somebody breaking an ankle or a leg. You can empathize with that because you understand the loss of a limb and loss of mobility. You know, you can easily help them out, you know, pick up dog poop and do yard work for them, pick up stuff around the house. And you can easily empathize with somebody that has a physical ailment. It's hard to empathize with somebody that has a mental ailment because you've never seen it. It doesn't have any real world consequences other than, you know, typical emotions of anger and sadness. So it's hard to figure that out. So when you talk to that person, don't go in there thinking they're gonna completely understand me now that I spoke to them. They still won't. But what I found out is that just speaking to that person, whether they understand it or not, that they know that I'm going through something, has truly helped me in the fact that they know it's out there. It's not stuck in my head where I have these feelings. Somebody else knows. And if they see me feel a certain way, if they see me act in a certain way, they understand it's not coming from a position of negativity. It's coming from a position of, I have something. So like somebody with a broken leg or something, or something like that, and they have a limp. The other person knows, well, he has a broken leg, you know, or he's limping. So when I have a little bit of agitation, a little bit of anger, they understand, oh, it's the depression. He's not doing it on purpose. You know, he's dealing with it. But then at the same time, like I said, it's not to absolve you of all your problems. You still have to deal with the consequences of your own actions. And, you know, if you say and do something bad, there's consequences for that. So number 3, this is gonna be like the last tip, and it's not really a tip. It's just more so, you really need to focus on yourself. I know we're on the topic of telling your family, telling your friends and loved ones, but then once you do that, once you get to that point and you are starting to talk about it, and you start feeling better, because you will start feeling better. I'm at the end of my walk right here, so let's turn around, Stella. Let's go. You will, come on, leave it. You will start feeling better. That doesn't mean you just stop. It doesn't mean you stop working on yourself. I'm at the point now with medications and being able to speak to people and have my first therapy session really soon. I'm excited. I'm excited to start this process. I've been feeling a lot better with the medications, been feeling a lot better definitely with telling people. Has opened my eyes, and it's made me feel great. Come on, Stella, let's go. And it's made me actually want to stop trying to progress. One thing I learned is that when you start getting that motivation, when you start getting all that stuff back, use it. Because if you don't use it, it goes away. We understand that as the people that are depressed, is that when you have the motivation, you feel great, and you start to use it, but then it goes away really quick. And when you don't have motivation, you don't do anything. So when you do have that motivation, when you are feeling good after speaking to somebody, a loved one, or a friend or a family, keep that rolling, keep it going. Speak to someone else, speak to another loved one if you feel like it. And if it's not to speak to another loved one and you still feel good, make that appointment for the doctor. Like when you're feeling good, call up your doctor, make that appointment, look for a doctor. When you're feeling good, make that appointment for the therapist, you know, or to start a new hobby. You're feeling good, make it a point to, oh, just gotta pee. Make it a point to start a workout. That's another great thing, and I'm gonna talk about that in a future videos, workouts, and I might actually start sharing more of that, because I was a personal trainer, and I was a pure fitness trainer for the fire department where I was at. So fitness has always been a big thing. I did powerlifting and all that, and it produces a lot of good stuff to it, but use that motivation to start another positive hobby, because before you know it, even with medications, there are some days where I'm just blah, you know, no motivation whatsoever. So keep that motivation going, keep that habit flowing, and speak to more people, be more open to more people. And that is probably the best thing I've ever done, is to be open with you guys, my viewers, the people that I know that are coworkers, family, friends that are watching these but haven't really said anything. They just know now. I want to speak more openly to everybody. I want this to not be an issue to where men's mental health, men's depression is a secret, because there's no reason for us men to live with this. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I feel so much better being open with you guys, being open with my friends and family and my coworkers and everybody. So I'm going to be making a video real soon when it comes to this. Morning. There we go, people. See, it's still kind of awkward. But anyways, I'm gonna be making a video. Come on, Stella. I'm gonna be making a video real quick that gave me an idea, speaking during this 10 minutes, that I wanna make a video for you guys and for myself, really, to be open. Please check it out. I will have a link in the description, and probably have one of the end screens coming up here real soon. I wanna speak to you guys. I wanna help you out. You'll know what I mean when you see it. But if you guys still need help, more tips, and you want more people to talk to, please join the Discord channel. We have a mental health section. We have just a hangout section, and you can always private message me if you need help. Private message the other guys. There's a bunch of us in there with the same thing, but we're all great guys. We're all open. We're all loving and considering, or considerate. Like I said earlier, that it's a lot easier to talk to somebody that has it, because they have an understanding of it. And there's a lot of us in there that will have an understanding. So it's a very respectful environment. I highly recommend joining it. It's helped me, it's helped a few others. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. You guys be good, all right?